Rhea 27 still on the tours jobs. In order to get something worthwhile, and since I didn't have connections in the communist days, uh, you used to say it's not what you know, it's who you know. So since I didn't have these connections, I had to do, let's call it, dirty work. What does that mean? It means that I got to be sent to various boarding places, studying Moldova, Felix, what else? Let me think, Covasna, um, Călimonești, resorts, spas, where old people would come with various diseases. So you had to work with people who were already grumpy, negative, upset, and in principle unsatisfied clients to begin with before they arrived. And the satisfaction offered by the job in terms of money, bakshish, tips, anything was nearly non-existent in definition. In practice, it happened somehow differently. Călimonești turned out to be a quite different affair. There I met Nicole, one of the most gorgeous, passionate, gypsy blood, determined, brave, crazy women I've ever met. So that turned this whole thing on its head. It was in many ways better that it wasn't a busy place or a busy tour with lots of money, opportunities to do things on the side and not have enough time for her. It was better that the job was not challenging, it wasn't producing any money, but then I had time to have one of the most fulfilling, erotic, romantic, otherworldly experience. So that's anticipating again. On the other side of the coin, and on the other side of the mountains, spa, and a spa where I went for one of the first assignments was studying Moldova, where I took Sherika. Sherika is mentioned in a note previous now, and that was a very settled affair. Here there was. She was a great girl, but it was much more settled, much more. I mean, she was a decent girl. She wasn't wild. Nico was wild. She was a nice, quiet, more intellectual, rational girl. She was from the classical books, where you have the sun, you have rationality, thinking, and then you have this romantic, the dark side, the moon, and demons, and you have paradise and the hellish destructions, the passion and sin and oral sex, whatever. Here, here it's nice and quiet, but I needed more action. I don't know, more opportunities to express the sinful, bad, rotten self. And the occasion was here, a little later. Then there were also some tours, but given fed with a spoon. I had lots of things to do to get in there, and in fact forever they kept giving me bad things, with difficult clients, with difficult tourists. I also had to do transfers at 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock at night, if you will. Autumn, winter, then it's dark, and I stayed in Dristor near the outskirts of the city, as I mentioned before. At one stage that turned into advantage because mother was a bit mean and against bringing girls at home. Once you entered the room, and she threw the things of this woman I was with through the window from the second floor. So once in a while, I would take such an opportunity, a girl, a woman, whatever, and go walking for 15 minutes and find myself in the field outside the city. Ironically, I walk several minutes that way, and I'm also not out of the city. We're within the limits, but I'm also on a field. So, ironically, only the other side of the town. That was south west, I guess, and this is a bit no southeast, and this is northwest. It doesn't matter all that much. So I had to be at the airport at 5, 6, as I said. For that, you had to go. I had to wake up very early, and the problem is that they didn't. Public transportation didn't work at that hour. So what to do? Once in a while, they would justify taxi, spending on a taxi. I mean, if you had no other means and you still had to be there, I mean, you couldn't. Or maybe they expected that now, as I'm thinking. Perhaps maybe go there with the last bus, whatever, midnight, and you wait for hours, 5 on the airport. I had to spend a night at the airport at the end of the relationship with the National Tourist Office, with a group of British children who arrived right as on the 17th of December 1989, right as the revolution was getting started. But that's for much later. I couldn't say no. I mean, I had to take whatever shitty assignment in order to get some access to some of the tours, the Dracula tours that were bringing money. Okay, late traveled for now.